Hell yeah, I finally bought a Swamp Thing action figure. Swamp Thing is very underrated. I feel like he should have a new movie out. I love me some Swamp Thing, man. Listen, what makes Tony Connor Mark has nothing to do with him hugging on people. It's like, come on, man, that's like the definition of grasping at straws. It's like you are doing a little bit too much to prove you are anti-AW. It's like, come on, man, that's a little bit too much for me. It's like Vince McMahon hugs people. It's like, get over it. What makes Tony Connor Mark is him putting Wheeler Yuta in the same group with William Regal, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, and Cesaro. Are you serious? You got 4 ex-big WWE names and one jobber from the goddamn indies with no charisma at all. He has no business being in the same group. Let this sink in. Him, Wheeler Useless, is in the same group with 4 big ex-WWE names. That's insane. That is crazy. Out of all the young guys, Tony Khan picked Wheeler Yuta to be mentored by 4 ex-big WWE names. That's what makes Tony Khan a mark. He has a bad eye for talent. All he cares about is small wrestlers who can work in the ring with no charisma. That's all he cares about. He don't care about your charisma. He don't care about the fact that your ass can't talk. All he cares about is your work in the ring. He don't care how you look. That's what makes him a mark, not him hugging on people. Come on, man. Please. Dude, Wheeler Yuta has to be... Look, we will not take that group seriously if he's still in it. He has no business being in that group. Seriously. All right, look. These are 4 ex-WWE guys, right? All right. Now, personally, I can see Vince McMahon putting all 4 of these guys in the same group. But there's no way in hell Vince will put Wheeler Yuta in the same group with these guys. No way. That's crazy, man. That would never happen. But in AW, yeah. Tony Khan wants him in a goddamn group knowing he has no business being in the same group with these guys. That's what makes Tony Khan a mark. He picks the wrong wrestlers to try to get over. It's like, man, out of all the guys, man, you pick Wheeler Yuta to be in the same group with these 4 guys? That's crazy. Dog, that's like the freaking NWO having Virgil in the group, right? That's like having Brutus the Bar Beefcake in the NWO. It's like, this makes no sense. Like, look, they gotta kick him out. They have to kick his ass out of the group soon. Kick him out. Kick his ass out and invite another young guy with more potential. Listen, I gotta be honest. I'm not a fan of this guy, but I would rather have Kyle O'Reilly replace Wheeler Yuta, because at least he has a name with a resume. In fact, dog, he would be perfect for that group. He's perfect. He's like pinpoint accuracy perfect for that group. That should be the next move, man. I'm telling you. Kick out Wheeler Useless, add in Kyle O'Reilly. I'm telling you, that's what they should do next. Obviously, Kyle O'Reilly does not need Adam Coleslaw. I would say add in Kyle O'Reilly, kick out Wheeler Useless. Listen, I think people go too far on saying the word mark, saying he's a mark, you're a mark, blah, 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 without actually looking in the mirror themselves. People like to hide who they really are, so they project it onto others. Listen, I call Tony Khan a mark, but I call him mark for his booking. How the way he books shows, how the way he books certain wrestlers. His style on his booking, he comes off very kind of markish. Like, for example, this whole Forbidden Door stuff. This came across as a mark that was booking these shows. It's like, bruh, who the hell was Tanahashi? And why is he in your main event? Can we please know who he is? Like, bruh, he's never been on big time national television. Let that sink in. We gotta know who he is. Like, I don't care if JR says, oh, he's in my top 5. He's a legend. Like, bruh, I don't know who he is. Right? Give us some vignettes. Show us his goddamn resume. Who is he? Right? Show us videos, stuff like that. Like, who the hell is Jeff Cobb? Like, he's having all these guys from New Japan on TV thinking we know who they are because he knows who they are. Tony Khan knows who all these guys are. So he just assumes his niche audience knows who all these guys are. So he feels like he doesn't have to introduce them. He thinks we know who all these guys are, and it's insane. Dog, you were on TNT/TBS. I would say maybe 100K people watch New Japan on a weekly basis. Bruh, that means you gotta freaking introduce these people. By that logic, that's like, what if the people from NXT UK did a invasion on Raw and SmackDown? Do you think the majority of the viewers who watch SmackDown are gonna know who these guys are? Like, bruh, there's a reason why Piper Niven had a name change, because she can get away with it because we didn't know who she was. The majority of people who watch Raw didn't know who Piper Niven was, so she got away with that name change. So that's different, right? So if they were to do an invasion, we wouldn't know who they are. Hence why, when it comes to the WWE, they tell us who these people are. They give us vignettes, videos, who these guys are. For example, Jordan Devlin. He now has a name change. How about Fire? She now has a name change. Because we didn't know who these guys are in NXT UK. So they can come up here with a new name and a new fresh start. They can get away with it without having outrage from their fan base, from their small niche fan base. See, Tony Khan books for his small niche fan base. He don't care about growing his audience. So I call him a mark when it comes to that aspect. Like putting all these guys from New Japan on TV in his main events, and thinking we know who these guys are with these crazy names that are hard to say. Like Jericho over saying, "Oh, he was in the Tokyo Dome with this guy, that guy, this guy." I'm like, bro, who are these guys? It's like, bro, you on TBS, TNT. You think we know who these guys are that you were saying off the top of your head? No. So yeah, that's a mark. Thinking we know who all these guys are. It's like Tony Khan is the typical fan that says, "Oh, you live only in your WWE bubble." Right? How about you do research on who Tanahashi is, or Okada? How about you go on Google search, know who these guys are? I'm like, bruh, you are the TV show. Tell me who these guys are. Why do I have to do research? See, that's mark-like stuff. It's like just because you're a mark for that kind of wrestling don't mean I'm a mark for that kind of wrestling. That's what all these fans do, like they're gatekeepers. It's like they think you don't know anything if you don't keep up with New Japan. That's Tony Khan right there. He acts exactly like that. The people you see on Twitter that think it's a bad thing if you don't watch New Japan, or you don't want to do your research on New Japan. That's who Tony Khan is. From that aspect, yeah, he's a mark from that kind of aspect. He's a typical neckbeard mark from that aspect. Like, for example, putting Nick Gage on TV with Chris Jericho. Like, bro, like, are you serious? Like, bro, I can't imagine Seth Rollins being booked against Nick Gage on Raw. That's what I mean. I can't see that. I cannot see Vince McMahon booking some random indie guy against one of his top talents. Just because your niche audience knows who he is. So, dog, that's not going to draw numbers. He's on the indies for a reason. He's a lifelong guy from the indies for a reason. So don't assume everybody knows who he is. He's on the indies for a damn reason. We don't know who he is. See, that's mark-like stuff. How the way Tony Khan books guys who are small over big guys. He makes big guys seem like jobbers. He don't know how to book big guys. He only knows how to book small guys. I don't know why. Maybe he was bullied at school by big guys. I don't know why he likes small guys over big guys. The fact that he made Wardlow look like a geek. This dude has dropped the ball on Wardlow. Now Wardlow, he's Braun Strowman now. And like, look, he cooled off Wardlow. All the work that MJF did was all for nothing. He cooled him off. Who else? He always cools off big guys. He cooled off He cooled off Powerhouse Hobbs. He cooled off Keith Lee. He always cools off big guys, but when it comes to the small guys, he loves small guys. I don't know why. He thinks, all small guys know how to work. He thinks his niche audience only likes small guys who know how to work. That's very markish. It's like, bro, you gotta push your big guys. Casual audience wanna see big guys who look larger than life. The fact that that Fight Club with Daniel Bryan and Dean Ambrose, dog, Wheeler Yuta does not look right anymore now. He sticks out like a sore thumb now. They gotta kick him out of that group. You got 4 stars from the WWE, and you got one jobber who looks like crap, one jobber who has the charisma of a hamburger. Wheeler, useless. You got William Regal, Daniel Bryan. You got Dean Ambrose, Claudio. Wheeler, useless? Come on, man. That is a Tony Khan call. Why is he in that group? Like, bruh, he drags them down now. They gotta kick him out. Wheeler Yuta drags them down. They gotta kick his ass out. He does not look right at all. You got 4 former WWE champions. Cesaro, I think he won the tag team titles. I think he won the US title. All those guys were champions. Here you got a jobber, literal jobber in Wheeler Useless in that group with them. Dog, you gotta kick him out. he drags them down like crazy. Kick his ass out. Okay? He does not belong with them. It's like, wow, out of all the guys on the roster, dog, you got him in that group with them? Come on, man. That's all Tony Khan. But I don't like the fact that people are making fun of Tony Khan when it comes to him hugging wrestlers. Like, bruh, why are you making fun of that? It's like, look, I'm not going to crap on Tony Khan because he's a fan of pro wrestling. That's stupid. Bruh, in order to run your own company that's a wrestling company, you got to be a fan of it. Ted Turner was a fan of pro wrestling. You got to be a fan. So, in hindsight, everybody is a mark who runs a company like wrestling. Everybody is a mark. Like, by that logic, you are saying, oh, Tony Khan, he's a super mark because he hugs on all his wrestlers, bro. Listen, when Kofi Kingston won the world title at WrestleMania, Vince McMahon was the first one to hug him backstage. So what does that tell you? Does that make Vince McMahon a mark by your logic? Come on, man. Nobody calls Vince a mark when he hugs people. But when Tony Khan hugs people, he's a mark. Nah, bro, I don't go that far. Because I love pro wrestling, right? I'm a fan of it. Tony Khan is a fan of it. He's a fan of all these guys he brings in. Look, all these guys, like, every time I make fun of a wrestler, somebody in my comment section always want to go to bat for that wrestler. Okay, does that make them a mark? Right? Look, I'm sure if the typical neckbeard had billions of dollars and he had his own company and he was able to sign Daniel Bryan, bruh, he would act exactly like Tony Khan. So that's why I don't fault Tony Khan for hugging wrestlers. It's like, bruh, he's a fan. It's like, don't you want a fan to run your company? He's a fan of pro wrestling. It's like, dog, I'm starting to think Tony Khan knows more about wrestling than he does about the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being real. He knows more about wrestling than he does about the Jacksonville Jaguars. But yeah, he's a fan. What's the problem? He's a fan of pro wrestling. I don't care that he was hugging on Claudio. It was awkward. No, it was not. Like, bro, you are nitpicking. You just want to create buzz. That is like, dog, I do not clout chase. That is clout chasing. You are calling him a mark because he hugs on wrestlers, knowing damn well we got pictures and videos of Vince McMahon hugging on wrestlers after matches. That means you are just nitpicking. Dog, if I'm saying you're nitpicking on Tony Khan, you got a problem. Let me say that again. If I'm telling you are nitpicking Tony Khan, you got a problem. Bro, who else? Dog, I think Triple H hugs people. Shawn Michaels hugs his wrestlers. See what I'm saying? Like, dog, I can go on and on. I'm sure Don Callis was hugging on wrestlers. It's like, I'm sure Paul Heyman was hugging on wrestlers. It's like, what's the big deal? It's like, only thing is, he's Tony Khan, so of course you want to nitpick it. So look, I'm not going to nitpick him hugging on wrestlers because everybody does it. That don't make him a mark. That makes him a fan. That makes him a genuine pro fan of pro wrestling. He's a fan of it. So that's not a big deal to me. Like, look, I always say that the only thing I like about Tony Khan is he is a genuine fan of pro wrestling. I respect that. That's it. I'm done.